play these games because we have ourselves convinced it can't be real until our stomach feels the heartache. So we'll go back and forth and back again, claiming it's for our heart's sake when in actuality it's because we don't want to see them doing better with someone else. So we'll continue to fuss and fight, knowing we're not treating each other fair, acting in these immature ways like, okay, have you guys ever, you know how when you're in an argument and you have all these heated things to say and you're like, I'm going to tell him this, and this, and then you get in the argument and you don't say any of that. So what do you do? Well, what have I done? You're with your best friend and you're in your car, and so you like dial the number and you put it on the side and you act like you didn't call the person.
Really?
So they hear everything you said. You didn't hear your this? I'm like,
no.
Okay. I'll do that. Or how about this one? Okay, I know you guys have done this. Some of you are probably doing it right now. Where you get dressed and you know where they're going to be at, and you get dressed nice and fly, and then you show up to exactly where they're going to be at, knowing that they're going to see you and like, man, like, I miss them. Y'all ain't never do that here? All you guys are normal?
I've done it. I've done it before.
Thank you. How about on that one lonely night when you sent out those 30 text messages during a random outburst of anger that you apologize for 5 minutes later, and to refrain from doing it again, you delete the number just to put it back in, just to turn around and delete it again. I see you over there. You sat up in my chair. Real quick. And delete it.
I'm going to need you to send this to my phone when you're done. I'm going to give you my number.
Send out those 30 text messages during a random outburst of anger that you apologize for 5 minutes later, and to refrain from doing it again, you delete the number just to put it back in, just to turn around and delete it again, along with the pictures and text messages that you saved, that you read over and over and over, just searching for a bit of human understanding and a godly intervention, because we never intended for things to end up like this, because who wants to give away their heart whole and have it returned to them in pieces? So God has to be the reason that this didn't work, that we didn't work. And you know what he told me? He said he carried too much baggage, that's why he changed right for my heart's sake. But I would have taken the baggage any day over this heartache, and when he failed to realize that he never had to be perfect, just learn to communicate a little bit better, because you'll be surprised how much a real God-fearing woman is willing to understand if you just let her. But how could I have ever loved him if he never planned on letting me? How could he expect me to stand tall next to him and be the best of him if he was only willing to give me what was left of him after she left him? And I never wanted to give up, but the line between understanding and standing under someone is so thin, and this generation love is no longer about the amount of commitment but the competition. And I was competing since the beginning with his insecurities and images of what he thinks a woman is, because he never had one to begin with. So I wrote this for him. I took my pain and I penned it into a poem. I turned my broken heart into a puzzle to be put back together. I changed my forevers into moments to remember for every man or woman to understand that love is not about finding a perfect person. It's about two imperfect people balancing each other out in unity, being a compliment to each other's flaws and replacing truth with where lies used to be. Because neither one of us have ever lived perfectly. So it's up to us to forgive no matter what the purpose be, especially if we feel they were placed in our life purposely, learning to love godly and not personally, and realizing that neither one of us will know all the answers to all the questions asked. Some days will be good and some will be bad. Some days I will wake up and look at you and the excitement will not be there, but love is not about finding the excitement. It's about staying when the excitement leaves and we decide to still be here. It's not finding the cliche lines we say because we're supposed to, but because it's how we really feel. Waking up 30 years from now and not surprised at the beauty we see in each other still, because we still can make time stand still as if it was still the first time our eyes met. When we were unable to express how we felt in just 3 words, love is work. But you will never get the love you need until you are willing to give forth the love of which you speak. So instead of complaining and saying that they don't understand you and walking away, learn to stay, teaching each other how to love, because until you do, nobody will know until they learn by example.